Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm kind of nervous getting this video started. I have not done a video on this channel. I don't even know when. I'm gonna have to go back to see when I last uploaded. So I've actually been pretty consistently uploading over on my crafting channel, so I will have that up on the screen. I will have it down below, but I just got really inspired to kind of revive this channel, so that's what we are doing today. I just cannot believe that I'm like back on this channel, and it's been so long. I was thinking about going back to just private all of my past vlogs because they're kind of cringy, but at the same time it's really special to look back on. So I thought I'd do a little bit of an update. So if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so glad that you are here. If you are new, thank you for clicking on this video. So I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a life update, kind of like where I've been and just kind of where I am going. So let's just settle in. Let's get cozy comfy. We're going to do a big ol' life update, kind of everything right now, and then we're going to segue into kind of like a reading vlog. So wow, okay, I think before we even get started, I need to go and see when my last video was uploaded because I'm just curious. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so my very last video was uploaded January 24th, 2024. So about a year and a half ago, my last video was uploaded. And it's funny, it's like a podcast video. So with this channel, if you go back through all of my past videos, you will see I was just kind of trying out different things. So I was doing reading vlogs. I'm actually going to kind of look through, I should have done that, and just kind of see what videos that I uploaded. I need to go back to see. Yeah, I did some podcasts, I did some vlogs. So I kind of started this. So I went like way back on this channel. So like years and years and years ago, I did post just some really random videos. I think we all did, like way back in the day, we would just post random videos that have nothing to do with anything. So I was one of those people. So I did do that like several years ago, but I did private those. The very first like public video that I like really did trying to like get this channel going was a meet my baby video, which is so like, wow. So my daughter is now almost 2.5, which is crazy. I do have one video that actually went pretty viral on this. I mean, viral for me, it got 33,000 views, which is a lot. It was my birth story, which looking back, I think it was still so fresh when I filmed that video that maybe I should have given it some time, but it was definitely a very genuine, emotional video that I did. And my daughter Ava's birth story is still extremely, it's traumatic, but it's our story, and it's something that is just going to be part of Ava, part of me, my husband. Like, it's just our story of how Ava came into this world. And of course, looking back, you know, we're able to see how the Lord just was in every single situation and he was the great physician. He healed us, and you know, yes, it was traumatic. Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, so that is one of those videos. And then I just did a lot of random book videos. I started to do some like crochet stuff as well. And then that's when I switched over to doing my crafting, knitting, crochet channel. I know if I rewatch these, it's going to make me cry because my daughter is such a little baby. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm excited to be back on this channel and to do more fun reading vlog type of videos. Oh, I kind of want to cry looking at all of these. It's just, it's bringing back so many emotions. And so we moved, and it's bringing back a lot of, I was not expecting to get emotional. So we moved to Florida about 6 months ago, and yeah, just looking back at all those videos of our home that we built, and I miss that home so much. I think about it all the time. It's just, you know, Arizona itself, I'm kind of like indifferent. Like, I had so many amazing memories that we created there, and of course, you know, our daughter was born there. We did so many road trips, and like Arizona is such a special place in my heart, my husband's heart. Like, it was our home for so long. Yeah, we built our new house there, and that I miss that house so much. And there's just so many memories in that house, and you know, we are making new memories here, and I'm so grateful and excited to be here in Florida. We are in northeastern Florida in St. Augustine area and loving it here. Loving it. Definitely not as hot here, that is for sure, in the summertime, and gets very cold here in the winter. Well, cold compared to Phoenix. Yeah, so that's another update. We moved to Florida about 6 months ago. We still have our house out in Arizona. We are very lucky to be able to have rented it out. So we do still have that there. So I kind of feel like we still have a tie to Arizona. We have already made so many friends. Ava has like a best friend like 2 doors down that they play with nearly every day. He's just a little bit younger than her, but it's so cute, so fun. I get along so well with the mom. My husband gets along so well with the dad. So it's just such a family friendly area. So we are definitely loving it here for sure. So that's a really big life update, is that we moved. I'm trying to think of what other life update, like I feel like in a year and a half so much has changed, mostly like my daughter just growing up. I don't know, it's just crazy. She's almost 2.5 now, which is crazy. Yeah, so that is that. I've definitely been reading. I don't ever stop reading. I've been a reader my whole life, so definitely still have been reading. My daughter has a very large collection of books that we've been growing. She's a bookworm to her core. If you gave her the chance, she would read all day, every day, which is so sweet, so fun. But sometimes I'm like, I play with some toys independently for a minute. I'm like, I can only read Amelia Bedelia so many times, but it's all good, and I'm just so glad that she loves books just as much as I do. We are definitely settling in here in Florida. We are exploring, and it's just been so much fun. We are still about 40 minutes from the beach, so we don't go there all the time, just because 40 minutes is a little bit of a longer drive with a toddler, with, you know, especially now that it's getting hot. So we don't go there all the time, but it is nice that it is still close. My sister and her husband live just about 2 hours from us, which is amazing. So we do get to see them a lot. So it's just very special to be near family, and just, yeah, we're loving it here in Florida. So okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, I've been very consistent with my crocheting channel, like my crafting channel. So if you want to go watch any of those, and that kind of helps you kind of along this journey, because I feel like I kind of started that channel when I ended this one. But I've been really itching to talk about books, and like, yes, I could talk about that on my crafting channel, and I have before, and I was trying to incorporate crocheting and books in that channel. It just wasn't quite working, and I thought, I'm just going to revive this channel and just talk specifically about books on this channel and knitting and crocheting on that channel. Here we are talking about books. I'm so excited. I feel like this past month I've been reading a lot more than I have been, just because, you know, with the 2-year-old, life is very busy, so I just squeeze in reading when I can. I've been squeezing in knitting and crocheting when I can. I've been doing a lot of crochet markets. I'm taking a break for the summer, but I do have another market planned for end of September, so I have plenty of time until then to crochet for that market. So I'm excited to get this channel back, get it revived. I know I've been saying that, but yeah, I'm excited for that. So okay, now let's talk about books. So let's talk about the book that I am currently reading. So I'm reading it on my Kindle. I got a new Kindle for Christmas. My other one I had for, I don't know, 7 years, probably 6 or 7 years. I had it for such a long time, and it was working okay, but the battery wasn't quite working. It wouldn't really connect to Wi-Fi very well. So if I was trying to download a book, I had to. It was this more so at our old house, because I got this Kindle kind of right when we moved here, but at our old house I'd have to go like right by the box where the internet connection was. I don't know, so I'd have to like hold my Kindle up there, try to like connect it. So it's just getting a hassle. So my husband got me a new one for Christmas, and I love it. So I'm currently reading The Geographer's Map to Romance. I'll have a picture up on the screen. It's by India Holton. So this is the sequel. So they're interconnected standalones, which I know is a very popular thing now. So you can read them completely separate, but maybe some characters. So a character from the first book is the main character of the second one. And I am loving the second one just as much, if not more, than the first one. So it's kind of a fantasy series, like a cozy fantasy. So there's a little bit of, you know, magic and romance. So yeah, they are cozy fantasy books. A little bit of some romance set in the late 1800s, I'm pretty sure. So we are following our two main characters, Elodie and Gabriel. I had to actually look it up because I couldn't remember the guy's name. I don't know, my brain, sometimes it goes empty. So Elodie and Gabriel are our two main characters. It is a marriage of convenience right away. They kind of get married conveniently because she's trying to up her status, and then he wants to rent this home that can only be rented out if you're married. And so it's so cute. I don't want to give anything away, but they both have secretly loved each other all these years. They get married, you know, and then she says something that he, of course, misunderstands, and they part ways. They're still technically married, and they both share the same name. They're both doctors. They're both in the same profession. And then there is this magic that's, you know, wreaking havoc across the country. So they have to get together to save the village and the people from, you know, this magic that's coming through. And so it's just really cute with them working together. And the whole thing is for sure miscommunication, where she would mistake his, you know, expression as, oh, he hates me. Whereas, you know, he was like, oh, I love her. Like, it's one of those things, but it's so cute. I love the writing. It is so adorable. I feel like I love it so much more than the first one. I don't typically highlight or anything like that when I'm reading books, but I have been on this one, and I don't know how to get to my highlights. Oh, here we go. Okay. Like I said, I don't typically highlight, so I couldn't remember how to get to highlight. So one of them, it's, in other words, do not make me like you, or I will remember it that I love you, and that's a worse disaster for me than any storm could create. Another one is not running away, just departing with precipitous intent to be gone, which was a ridiculous thing to say about two people who loved nothing better than a good conundrum to exercise their mental faculties. Within seconds, she learned that it was the most incredibly, extraordinarily unhelpful experience. I have more. I love the writing. Is just so cute, so like whimsical. It's almost like the Emily Wilde kind of style of writing, which I did read all of those. I do love them. The third one wasn't as much of a favorite, but it is similar in that writing, but this one is just so funny. It's just very comically written, whimsically, if that makes sense. So I'm definitely very much enjoying reading this book. So I'm going to continue reading that. I have less than 2 hours left, so I'll probably finish it up, if not tonight, tomorrow morning. And then after that, I picked up a couple of books at the library. So I feel like I know which one I'm going to read next, but one of them is The Royal Librarian. I don't know much about this one. It is a dual timeline, and oh, my battery's dying. Okay, my battery died. I think I was talking about this book. So The Royal Librarian, it is a dual timeline, not dual timeline, past and present timeline. It's a historical fiction, and that's kind of all that I know, but it's about, obviously, a library, the Royal Library at Windsor Castle. So I think that's going to be a really fun one. I think this is the one I'm going to read next. This is The Amalfi Curse by Sarah Penner. I've been wanting to read this one, and on Libby, it's several months away, and my library had the large print edition, which it's very large, but they had it available, so I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get it. I did read her book, The Lost Apothecary, or Last Apothecary, or Lost. I think it's The Lost Apothecary. And I remember thinking it was just okay, not my favorite, but the premise of this sounds very interesting. Like, so it's about a nautical archaeologist, and I think her dad passed away, or something happened to him right when he discovered something. So I think she's trying to uncover some clues. I think there's a little bit of some magical, but maybe like witchy elements. So that I'm a little hesitant to read. I don't love reading things about like witches. It's a fine line of what I like to read about witches. So if it's like, I've been working through the Throne of Glass series, which we can talk about in another video, but that one does have witches, but it's not like tarot card, like reading, you know, I don't know. There's just two different kind of types of witches. So I think, I'm not sure which side that this is going to fall on. I don't know if that makes sense, and it's hard to kind of explain the difference of the kind of witchy. I feel like if it's a little bit more demonic witchy, no, but if it's cutesy witchy, I don't know if that's a thing. So we'll see where this falls into play, but it does sound very interesting. And then the last book that I picked up there is Intermezzo. I don't know what compelled me to pick this up, because I read Conversations with Friends and thought it was like the worst book I ever read. It had nothing to do with the lack of quotation marks. That didn't affect me. I thought that was actually interesting, and I really liked that. But there's a story itself that I didn't like. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this one, so I'm not sure why I picked that up. But yeah, I think the next book I will pick up is this one, just because I only have 14 days for it. But they automatically renew it. I did that recently where it was like a new release. You only had a week to have it, but they kept renewing it, and I kept it a lot longer. So we'll see if they automatically renew this one. So that's probably what I'm going to read next. Now that I have talked your ear off with a very long introduction and we're talking about books, I'm going to go ahead and do some reading. My husband took Ava out to Costco. I don't remember if I said that or not, but it is 5:30 on a Tuesday. Again, I don't know if I said that or not. So 5:30 on a Tuesday, they went out to go get gas and go to Costco. I think they're going to pick up dinner, which is very nice. It's been a day, not a bad day, just a very busy day. Yesterday was Memorial Day, so my husband had the day off. So today is Tuesday, but it feels like Monday. So I feel like I'm just trying to like get things done around the house. It's just been one of those days. So he took her out, and Ava was like, "We're gonna give mommy a break," and I was like, "Thank you." So I did some yoga. I've been talking to you for who knows how long, so I don't know when they're going to be back. I really wanted to take a bath, and I might run in there very quickly to do a quick bath before they come in, just so I can like relax for a little bit. We'll see if that ends up happening. But okay, I feel like I have chatted way too long. I'm just excited. I'm excited to just get back into this channel. I had been feeling pretty blocked in a way of creatively and not really wanting to make any YouTube videos. Even with my like crochet channel, I was just kind of like, I don't really want to make anything, and life has just been so busy. But I was like, you know what? I want to revive. I want to bring back this channel and moving forward just do a lot of bookish related vlogs and videos and things like that. So I am very excited to be back. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay along for the journey that we're going to go on as I bring you more videos. And if you like this video, go ahead, hit that like button. But other than that, okay, that's enough chit chat. I'm gonna go take a very quick bath and relax for a little bit, do some reading, and then I will update you when I have more to say about the book that I'm reading. Okay everyone, I'm here to do a reading update, a book haul, and an outro. If you can hear beeping, which I'm going to imagine that you can, there is some construction going on literally like 10 feet away. They are building right behind us. So they have been at it for a while, and bright and early, which I get. It does get hot here in the day here in Florida, so they're starting early. I don't blame them, but it's loud. My daughter is down for her nap. I just put her down, so she's probably not quite asleep yet. So I came downstairs to film this so I don't wake her up while I'm in the room right next to her. So we pretty much just got in the door. It's been a good morning. So I'm gonna take a drink of coffee because I really need this cup. What I've been doing is making a big pot of coffee and then putting it in a thermos, and then I've just been sipping on it throughout the day. I make about 3 cups really, and I just kind of like sip on it throughout the day, but it's really fun. So then it's nice coming home and having a hot coffee ready. So that's what I'm working on right now. So yeah, we've had a good morning. So initially the plan was to go out to Joann's because this is the last week that they are open. I've been a couple of times since the whole, you know, they're closing and all of that. So I did go a couple of times just to try to find some yarn and everything like that. And I found a little bit, but the Joann's nearest to me they were just out all the time of everything. So I was like, you know what, this is the very final week that they're open. It said they were open online, so we did drive out there and they had closed their doors. So that was pretty sad. I thought that could be a possibility, and it was. They were closed, so it was kind of a bummer, but we pivoted and we went to a bookstore, and then we went to Hobby Lobby because they're right there. So the bookstore that we went to is called Second and Charles. Prior to moving here, I had actually heard of this store. It's a mix of like used and new books, and I thought that they were more so in like Georgia, maybe Tennessee or something like that, but we do have one pretty close in Jacksonville to where we live. So I don't always buy books when I'm in there just because I don't know, but it's so much fun to look. And I mean, I could spend all day in there, which is challenging with a toddler. Ava loves books as well, but we had a really good time there this morning. So I did end up picking up some books unplanned. I was not going in to buy anything because I have so many books already at home that I'm trying to read. And I did pick up a few. So we're going to talk about those now. So I pretty much can guarantee myself that I will buy Ava a book. No matter where we go, I don't always buy myself a book, especially if it's used. I pretty much will buy Ava a book. I don't know why I justify that it makes more sense buying her a book than me, and maybe it does. I don't know, because for me, I'm like, oh, I can just get that at the library, but really I can do that for her too. But I did find a few there. Their prices there are different. I feel like they're a little bit higher. For kids books, it's okay. I did find a good deal on a couple of these. So this one I bought for less than $2, $1.75. This is Kiss Goodnight. Never read it, I don't know, but it looks really cute. I can kind of gauge like the books. I'm like, I think Ava's gonna really like this one, and then some of them I'm like, I want to read this to you whether you like it or not. But this one, I think that she is going to really like this one. So I did pick up that one. And then the next book that I picked up is The Princess in Black. This is number 5 of the series. We don't have any of these. I've never read them to her, but I've heard people talk about them, and I just feel like this is going to be right up Ava's alley. I think she's going to really, really enjoy this one. It is on the longer side. It might be a little bit over her head, but she has an extremely long attention span. She could sit and read for literally hours, and so I feel like we will have no problem reading this in one sitting. It is number 5 of the series, but I think that's probably okay. Ava's not gonna care, but I have been on the hunt for the series, so this is the only one that they had at the store, so I did go ahead and pick it up. We've never read them, but like I said, I've been wanting to get these for Ava, so I've been on the hunt trying to find them. I can get them. Amazon does have them, and they're not that expensive on Amazon, but I like hunting for used books, especially for my daughter. I did pick up that one, and then I did pick up this version of Anne of Green Gables for her. It's a kid's retelling, so I'm really excited to read this one. This is one of my favorite book series of all time. I grew up reading these. I love them, and so I'm just so excited to be able to pass it on to my daughter and instill a love of classics and good books into her as well. And I just love that she loves books. So those are the books that I picked up for my daughter. This was $3.25, which I feel like is a little bit pricey. This was $3.95. So really, like, those aren't that bad prices. But for used kids books, it's kind of like, I don't know. But overall, I am excited for those. So then I picked up a few for me. So first we're going to start with this one. This is Finlay Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. So I read the first one, Finlay Donovan is Killing It, and absolutely loved it so much. I literally think about it all the time. I just loved that book. So I've been dying to start the second one, and when we were there today, I was like, you know what, let me see if the second one is even there. And they only had one book ever by this author, that's it, and this one, and it just happened to be the sequel, and I was like, yes, I'm so excited. So I did pick this one up. This one was $13.50, which is a little bit pricier for me. I was like, I don't know if I want to spend that, but I know that I'm going to love it, and I think it's going to be one like I'll probably want to reread as well. I just am loving this series. So or I guess the first one, because that's the only one that I read, but I am excited for this one. So I'll probably get this started pretty soon, I'm going to imagine. And then the very final collection of books, I guess, is a Cruel Prince trilogy. So this was $6.50, This was $5.95 and this was $6.50. And so I was like, those aren't bad prices. At one point they were on Kindle Unlimited and I don't know if they still are. And honestly, it kind of just depends. Like I love reading on my Kindle, but I also love reading physical books, and they had these there and I was like, you know what, for like $20 for all of them, actually, I don't know math, but in my head I was like, it's $20, so who knows how much it actually is. I think I want to get these started pretty soon. So a few years ago I did read The Cruel Prince. I did not like it, and I am just curious now, years later, if I'm going to still not like it or if I'm going to like it. I have not heard any negative things about these books that I'm aware of. Everyone that I follow just loves these books, and there's one person that I really respect her taste and really like her books and her videos, and she had read these a while ago and just like loved them. And so I just, in the back of my mind, have been thinking I really want to get these read. So when they had these there at those prices, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up this trilogy. I think, is there a novella? And then I think they're like a spin-off series. I don't even really know. You can let me know. I am excited to get these read. They are young adults. I'm going to imagine that they're gonna be very quick to read and binge. So I'm really excited for those. So those are the books that I picked up at the bookstore. Totally unplanned. We were planning to go to Joann's. I was planning to buy yarn. That did not happen. I spent my yarn money on the books. So I am very excited for these books. So yeah, that's the book haul. So now let's talk about the book that I did end up finishing reading last night. The Geographer's Map to Romance by India Holton. This book was so cute. So cute. I absolutely loved reading this book. I think it took me about 2 days to read just because I was like doing other things, but it's very short that you can literally just sit and binge it in like one sitting if time allows. My schedule, my time, I'm a busy mom. I don't have time to sit and read books in one sitting. I used to, and I definitely took that for granted, just being able to sit and read however much that I wanted. I remember my mom saying growing up, she would say something like, Audrey, this is the only time that you'll have in your life to sit down and read however much you want, like take advantage of it. And I was like, oh yeah, like you're just saying that, but it's true. So I'm definitely grateful growing up that I did have the time and that my parents really gave me that time to sit and read however much I wanted. It's something that I definitely took for granted, and now as a busy adult and busy mom and just life is so busy, I really am so grateful that I did have that time, and I love the life that I have now. Like I'm living my dream, which is so wonderful, that this beautiful life the Lord has given me, and I would not change it for the world. But I am very grateful that I did have that time growing up to read however much I wanted. So anyways, I don't know where that tangent came from, but The Geographer's Map to Romance was literally so cute. I want to say that I liked it better than the first one. And again, this is a book that I feel like I could reread multiple times, and I kind of want to reread the first one again. I love the writing. It's so just whimsical and funny, and a lot of it, if you could really miss the humor if you don't pay attention, and it's just really funny. So this was, I don't really rate books as far as stars, but this one I'm like, this would be a 5-star book for sure. It was so cute. Like, is it the best book in the world? Is it the most amazing literature? No, it's not, but I just had such a good time with it. I think I already kind of explained what this book was about, so I don't want to repeat myself, but this book was so cute. We were following Elodie and Gabriel. They are both geographers, professors at Oxford. They need to go try to find the source of this magic that's leaking out and wreaking havoc on the villages around. They need to go find it and contain it. So that's kind of the plot. So the plot is definitely propelling the story for sure, but it's not the focus. It's definitely the romance is the focus, and it's just the conversations, and it's just such a cute story. So I highly recommend it. All the side characters are hilarious, and you just have to read it not thinking too deeply about the plot and the magic and everything that's going on. You just kind of go on the journey with them and just don't think too deeply about the plot, but it's just so cute, so fun. And it's funny, last night I was reading it, so I did finish it up last night, but I was reading it down here, and my husband was doing some work on his computer and he was listening to a podcast. I was reading Gabriel right when his podcast was saying, now Gabriel, and like the person on the podcast's name was Gabriel, and I was reading a book about Gabriel, and it was so, I was like, whoa, that was weird. I literally was reading Gabriel right when that guy was saying Gabriel. My husband's like, that's funny. Like, that's not the most common name. I was like, I know, that's really funny. Well, then after I finished up the book, The Geographer's Map to Romance, I got a notification that said Broken Country was in from the library on my Kindle. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started, like kind of put myself to sleep. I was in bed. I was like, I'm just gonna do a little bit of reading. And I opened up, it goes part 1, Gabriel. I was like, what is with the name Gabriel? It was so funny. I was like, what is this? Like, it's not the most common name. Like, it is common, but not like that common. And for it to be in 2 books and on my husband's podcast is like, this is really weird. It was pretty funny. So now we're going to segue into the book that I did start. So I did start Broken Country. It's by Claire Leslie Hall, I'm pretty sure. I only read literally like 2 pages before I fell asleep. And it's going to be kind of a thriller, romance. I said like courtroom drama or something. I can't remember what the tagline said. So I think there's going to be a lot of I think it's going to be a really good book. I'm not entirely in the mood for it. To be honest, I would much rather read the Amalfi Curse, I think that's what it's called. I talked about at the beginning of this video, or even one of these new books. But because this is from the library, I've had a hold on Libby for a really long time for this book. So it finally came through. So I'm like, I just need to read this one. So that's the book that I'm going to be reading next. I'm not going to be reading in this video because this video definitely turned out to be much longer than I was planning and expecting. But I just wanted to make a video just to say that hopefully I'm back. Like, fingers crossed. Who knows what life has in store. I know life definitely gets very, very busy. So I don't know my future plan with YouTube, how I'm going to juggle the book channel and the crochet channel. Like, that's a lot. So I might just focus one or the other, just kind of the seasons of it, just kind of see what happens. I'm not gonna try to create some schedule for this channel of like when I'm going to post. I think I'm just gonna post when I can. So the next video I have planned will be a reading wrap up of all the books that I read in the month of April and May. I'm just gonna do the past 2 months and just talk about those books. And then maybe do like a TBR video or something. I don't know. We'll see what video I kind of feel like doing. I'm trying to wait for that beeping to stop, but it's literally just on a continuous. It's just gonna be beeping all day. I think I don't even know what the source is of the beeping, but it's just gonna be lovely background noise today. So with all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I know it's a little bit long, maybe a little bit all over the place, but I just wanted to come back here on this channel and talk about books. So if you are a returning viewer from way back when, thank you. I really appreciate you being here. If you are new, welcome. If you'd like to see more bookish videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay notified when I post new content. If you are interested in any of my crochet videos or my crafting channel, I will have that linked down below as well. Like I had said at the beginning, I've been very consistent over there for the past like year and a half, so I do have a lot of content over on that channel as well if you are wanting to watch some more videos. But with all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you here and I will see you in the next video. Bye.